Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the first episode of the Beta Tester. This is a part of a series where I'll be reviewing any alpha, betas, or new release games that I come across. And today's game will be Titanfall 2. Now, Titanfall 2 is obviously the sequel to Titanfall 1, and these are the games that really standardize the advanced movement system with the sliding, the wall running, the double jumping, and first-person shooters. While some of these elements have been in other games, this is the first time that we've actually had it in a more dynamic setting. The other games obviously being Advanced Warfare, Black Ops 3, and now Infinite Warfare. And while those games are good, Titanfall and Titanfall 2, and we'll just go with Titanfall 2 for this. And while those games are good, Titanfall 2 has a key difference. The maps are designed for this advanced movement system. Whether it's a single player where the maps sort of blend or the multiplayer, it doesn't feel that the movement system is gimmicky. It feels it's natural and organic. But let's first look at both elements because unlike Titanfall 1, Titanfall 2 actually has a campaign, which is beyond fantastic. Now, in the campaign, you play as Jack Cooper, a rifleman who gets stepped up to becoming a pilot of a Titan. And your Titan partner is called BT-7274. Now, this creates sort of a buddy-buddy, like a buddy cop trope type setup, but it works so well. Both characters are very memorable. They have a wide variety of interesting dialogue that you can choose from Jack's perspective on what you want to say. In some cases, you get to do both choices, some you don't. And as the story progresses, there's a nice variety of playing as just Jack without using BT, and then playing inside of BT, or times where you can choose. You may want to approach that particular mission as inside the Titan, or you may want to go on foot. You're not forced, which is really good. The environments are very dynamic and exotic, and there is maybe one part in the campaign where the surface that you're supposed to run across is kind of like almost painted to do it. Everything else is just natural. If you want to run on just one wall, you can. If you want to climb up to this point, you can. There's no point the game really holds your hand on that besides the tutorial and, as I said, this one part in the game. You can equip both in single player and multiplayer two primary weapons or a primary and secondary like a pistol. The Titans throughout the campaign, you pick up different loadouts that you can switch to on the fly. So like you're not stuck with a railgun system on every map or one map. If you want to use the machine gun the whole time, you can, or if you want to use the grenade launcher, you can. The campaign's about 5 hours long, which isn't too bad, and there's a chance they'll be releasing some more missions later. There's a variety of characters that you come across, both allies and enemies. In fact, you come across a mercenary group that you fight called the Apex Predators, and each Titan pilot on that team is different and unique in their combat and their approach, which makes every encounter is just different and fun, and it doesn't get repetitive in that sense. Now, of course, there are NPCs throughout the single player and like grunts that can overwhelm you if there's enough, but you have a more advanced systems and weapons, so you can do a little more damage. But the campaign is fantastic playthrough. In fact, it reminded me of playing Metroid Prime, which is good because that game was just great to play. The neutral creatures like the native animals on the planet, or uh, the neutral droids that get activated, attack either you or them, or both. There is no everyone just gangs up on you. And actually, there's parts where you can come across enemy base and activate their unmanned miniature suits that will fight for you, which is kind of neat. But as I said, all pieces of the environment you can scale or climb or you can run across, and it's just really, really good. Regardless if you do play the multiplayer, I highly recommend getting this game at least for the campaign. It is that good, that enjoyable, and I played a lot of first single player games, and I've tried a lot of the first person shooters campaigns, and the last one I enjoyed was Black Ops 1. All other ones, Battlefields, CODs, they were okay. This felt like I was playing a AAA first person story. And then, of course, we still have multiplayer. The part that has a lot true longevity to the game and that most of you are going to care more about. Now, there are some slight differences in the multiplayer. For one, you actually have access to a grappling hook, which is awesome to use. As you can see in some of my footage, you can use it to swing from building to building attached to a Titan, whether yours or an enemy, and get right on top of it. You can use it to grab opponents and pull them in for a melee kill. Or just use it to swing around corners faster and then go into a wall run and slide. But it never feels too gimmicky. As you can see, the maps actually encourage natural use of your advanced movement system. If you've played Black Ops 3 or Infinite Warfare, you notice that the maps don't really match that. I mean, it's there, but it's like you can use it, but it feels like gimmicky. But the multiplayer has a wide variety of gameplay modes and loadouts. So with the gameplay modes, you have your typical capture the flag, team deathmatch, and you have a all pilots mode and all Titans mode. So if you don't like using the Titans, you can live to use them. If you don't want NPCs, because some modes do have like grunt soldiers and miniature little mechs called stalkers that will appear. And each mode has different types of objectives. Like there's a bounty hunter mode, there's attrition where you take down so many enemy forces. But like I said, you can pick any of the room and you can choose what you want to play. Now, as for the weapon choices, there's a decent variety for the soldier and different loadouts choose your different play style. Some of the loadouts actually offer a female avatar, which is very respectful for real life female soldiers out there, which most first person shooters don't even give you that choice. The Titans have access to the entire loadouts. Granted, you have to unlock some for multiplayer, but since you practice them in single player, you know how to use them. If you have a Titan ready to go, you can otherwise call upon it, or if you die, you can respawn into it, which is kind of cool and badass. And the Titans aren't super strong defense-wise, where if they're on the field, there's nothing you can do. Like I said, you get on top of them and pull their power cell, and then you can take them down with regular gunfire or grenades. And you're not stuck with the grappling hook. Your loadouts can include using a sort of shuriken that actually acts as a UAV for an area. So you can have like team tactics equipment or personal stuff. And then, of course, you can choose modifications like extra ammunition, different scopes, camo, and all that to better suit your playstyle. The multiplayer is a ball to play. There's actually a gameplay mode called Remix, I believe. No, Mixtape, where essentially it will have a wide variety of all the different modes, and you just cycle through them, whether it's random or some preset order. Or you can play a specific mode and just go at it. I mean, every weapon has a leveling up progression system for it to get more of the unlocks, but you're not forced to just keep using it. You can still use the other weapons available. They have promised that more stuff will be added, including loadouts, skins, challenges, maps, and then, of course, here's the best part. All DLC, whether for the campaign, multiplayer, is free. There's no premium pass, no $15.99 every month or 2 or 3. If they make a new map, it's yours. They add some weapons, there you go. They add a new Titan, here it is. Oh hey, there's a few more campaign missions. Merry Christmas. All you gotta do is just pay for the game once. And like I said, the gameplay is solid, the story is great, the multiplayer is a ball. I can't stress enough that it's worth every penny. And they really want these devs to keep going. I know it's with all the other games, it's probably hard for some people to pick up this title, but you don't want to miss this one. This is definitely a franchise that's going places. But anyways, I would normally be giving this game a 5 out of 5 because it's just a solid single player and multiplayer experience. But because of the free DLC for life, I give it a 7 out of 5. Anyways, I hope I see you guys in the game sooner or later. Till then, this has been the Beta Tester. Have a nice one.